Hi, I'm Art Pennington, Chief Technology Officer for ITX. You know that valuable information that ITX has been accumulating for years? Well, we now have it online in a real-time database, accessible by two new apps we've created. And I'd like to show them to you today. There's an app that focuses on sales information and one that focuses on marketing information. This video is accessible at Kofuko.net. That's Corporate Futures Corporation.net. Kofuko.net. That is our sister company that we formed in order to enable us to present these applications and make them available online. At that website homepage, there are two videos. The first one is the one you're going to see today, the one you're watching now. And the second one is a tips and tricks video that dives more deeply into the screens themselves and how you can easily filter all of the information down to just exactly what you're looking for to make it more valuable to you. Okay, let's log on to the application. By default, the application opens in the marketing app, but you can easily switch over to the sales app by this tab. So you click on the sales app tab and it takes you over to the sales side. And by the same token, there's a tab on that side to get you back to marketing. So you can easily switch back and forth between the two as you need to. Let me go to full screen mode so you have an easier time viewing this. This marketing app has several tabs. All of the information in the marketing database is connected with conferences, industry conferences, and attendees that have been accumulated for a number of years. We have a attendee list, which provides access to attendees, and then the same information organized by company and organized by conference. So let's try the attendees tab. This is a list of attendees, and we have for each attendee the year and the conference, the company they represented, their name, title, email, detailed information, and address. The can page back and forth, of course, with the right and left arrows here enables you to page back and forth between the data, and the double left arrow, double right arrow enables you to get to the beginning and ending of the file quickly. Let me show you just a couple things here before we get deeper into this particular screen. Any bar at the bottom enables you to scroll back and forth in case your window is too narrow to fit all of the data. At the top we have filters. This particular screen has filters by year, conference, company, and name. You can enter data in the these filters. Let's say, well, I'm sorry, I entered ISA. Let me pick 2015. 2015 Lohman, hit enter, and it filters the data down to just those attendees that satisfy that search. All right. So you could use all four of these filters. The filters are case sensitive, so you have to remember that. You have to enter the information in the case that you expect it to be stored in the database. When you get the view you like, you can click this little right arrow here and export whatever's in the filter here, whatever's left in the query, to a CSV file at in your local hard drive, so you can display it in or get it into a spreadsheet and massage it however you like. Now, there's a number of ways to filter this and get this data down to just what you are interested in. If you notice, when we enter the filter value, a little X appeared here. You can click the X and that filter disappears. Same thing here. Okay, so now we have no filters. The data comes up sorted by last name of attendee, and you can sort that data by any of these columns. If you notice when you hover over any of the columns, a little down arrow appears, and you click the down arrow and you can sort the entire table by this column, either ascending or descending. Also, you'll notice that a column value appears here, and we can display the various column names, and you notice they're all checked. Well, if we uncheck one, for instance, we uncheck email, notice that column disappears. If we check it again, it reappears. So in this way you can filter the columns down to just those that you're particularly interested in. Okay. Now, another trick is movement of columns. You can actually have these columns in whatever order you like. You can, for instance, grab the phone column and drag it over to between the email and title, and voila, it's there. So you can have the data appear in whatever order you like for viewing on the screen and also for exporting. Okay, so that's basically a summary of some of the generic screen information that's available on every screen in both of the apps. So if you want more information on just how to manage the screens and filter even further down, please watch the tips and tricks video, which is the second one on the home page of this of our website. Okay, let's go to companies and see what we have there. Companies, if you click on any given company name, it will display the attendees, history of attendees for that particular company. These are the people that have represented this company over the years at trade shows or industry conferences. Right, some have more, some have less, but that's the idea. You can quickly find the company you're interested in, and then just click on the company name, and all of the attendees' history will appear for that company. Okay, conferences. Now, conferences, same concept. We have a listing on the left side of all the conferences available in the database with a filter at the top where you can key in a conference name and quickly find it. Also, any of the conferences that are highlighted in green, we have an attendee list for. Just click on the name of the conference and it will display the attendees for that particular conference, and you can filter those down and export them, of course. Now, the conferences that are not highlighted in green, they either have not occurred yet, or we don't have an attendee list yet for them. However, in any case, if you click on detail, you'll get detailed information about that particular conference. Description of the conference, dates, the costs and fees for rooms and booths, things like that. All right. Also, in the website column, if you click on website, well, this particular conference website is taken down, I guess, because the conference has already taken place. Let's find one that hasn't started yet. You click on that, and if the website is still up, it'll open a new tab in your browser and take you to the website for that particular conference. All right. All right, let's close that tab. That is basically the 3 data displays available from the marketing app. The next tab is Newsflash. From time to time, there's news items that ITX would like to disseminate among subscribers, and that's the purpose of this tab. There's just a few news items listed since it's a sample database. Each news item takes up 1 line, and of course the news item can be wider than the screen, so when you hover over a news item, it redisplays all of the field values in a little box, so it does word wrapping so you can read the whole article. And it comes up sorted in reverse date order, so the most current news items are on top. And there's a filter at the top. You can key in a character string, a vendor name, a carrier name, or some topic, and it'll just filter this list down to all of those news items that contain that filter string. All right. Okay, so that's the marketing app. Now let's go to the sales app and take a look. Sales app contains what we call actions. These are software decisions or actions that have been taken by life insurance and annuity carriers that we like to track and make available. There's 4 tabs here: active, prospects, watch list, and closed. That's the actions that have been taken that are kind of pre-sorted by these statuses. If we click on active, we'll see these are all of the active software searches that have been initiated by carriers. We display the carrier name, the date, the arena that the search is in, and the status, of course, is active, and any notes that pertain to that search. And the same token here, if you hover over the note, it redisplays all of the information in a little box. And we have filters up the top. We can filter by carrier and by arena to filter the list down further. The other 3 tabs are basically the same information, kind of pre-sorted. These are all the ones that we consider prospects or pending. And then these are the actions that are basically on a watch list, actions that we think will happen, they're suspected to happen, but they haven't happened yet. And these are actions or software searches that have been closed that we know of. The next tab over is all actions. This is the combinations of all 4 of the previous tabs in one big list. All right. Sometimes you want to just see them all and be able to filter by carrier, see all of the actions, whatever status, by carrier and by arena. And one other option from this particular one, the All Actions tab also has the possibility where you can click on this button and select a date range and get a printable executive summary report. If you're familiar with the executive summary reports that ITX has been producing for a number of years, this is to replace that. This is real time instead of paper, so it's much more up to date. But you click on the tab and it wants you to select a date, a to date, which we'll just make it the current date, and a from date. We'll go back a few months so we get some data here. And then click OK, and it will produce the report for you. Online, you can look at it online, read it. Or you can, if you hover down in the lower middle here, you can print it or download it to your local hard drive. All right, so it's formatted as a PDF, so it's downloaded as a PDF, and you can do whatever you can do with PDFs. All right, close it. Okay, now let's go back to carriers. That's one of the tabs we skipped in the beginning. For carriers, we have that same information, but it's by carrier. We have the actions for this particular carrier. If you click on any of them, it'll show you the actions for that particular character and the decisions that character has made. Also, if that carrier list on the left, if any of them are highlighted in green, that means we actually track this carrier in detail. So there will be a little red Z here, and if you click on that, it'll bring up what we call the carrier profile for this particular carrier. And this is a document that ITX has produced for a number of years and distributed on a monthly basis, but now it's available online. Same information, same format as before, but it's available individually by carrier. There's a history of all the actions for that particular carrier across time. Attendees, conference attendees, contact information from AM Best, and their situation as far as software in-house. All right. Okay, so that is the screen for carriers, and of course there's a filter up here too, so you can locate a particular carrier you might be interested in. All right, now go back to decisions. The next tab after all actions is decisions, and those are software decisions that we know of that have been made by various carriers across time. We've got the carrier, the vendor, and the notes regarding the product that was moved. And for filter, we have the year and carrier and vendor. So I should be able to filter this information down to just what you're interested in finding. And the newsflash is the same newsflash that we had on the previous, in the marketing side. It's repeated on the sales side, so it's available from both locations. And then what's left is to get back to the marketing app. Okay, so that's a quick review of both of the apps we have available. Thank you for watching.